I feel like after this video, I'm gonna be so sweaty. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Marco. I'm an Ateneo BS Biology graduate, and in this video, I will be doing a highly requested topic or video by my friends. My god, it's so hot here. And it's going to be a video about this thing. Okay, not really the whole thing, but more of the thing in front. It's called the Comica CVM-VM10 Mark 1. Yeah, kind of a mouthful, basically a shotgun microphone. Let's go. As usual, because I don't want to waste anyone's time, my short answers for this microphone, it's worth the price. Do I recommend people to buy it? Sure, but it really depends on the context or the current setup you have, which I will explain a little bit later. Just a heads up for everybody, I will be recording this whole video using the microphone, just so you guys have an idea on what the audio quality is like. I guess a tidbit of information about this, it's currently plugged into my phone, recording through the voice recorder app. So I'll let future Marco do the work because it's really hot right now, and he'll pretty much explain what comes with the microphone in this neat case it comes with. So for the specs of this thing, which is what comes with the whole shebang, it has a microphone, which is pretty obvious because this review is about the microphone. It also comes with a shock mount, so this is what's gonna hold your microphone and prevents any sort of sound when you jiggle the camera. And it also has two types of covers. It has the foam cover, which is what I'm using right now, and it also has something called a dead cat. It's right here. And the general idea between a foam cover and a dead cat is foam cover just reduces the level of noise. But for dead cats, you usually use it on a windy day because it does reduce the effect of wind to your sounds. And another thing, it comes with two forms of jacks. It comes with a smartphone jack and also a jack for any device in general. Okay, so now I think we can move on to the pros and cons of using this microphone. Pros on the first of the list is it's small and compact. I tried measuring it and the mic itself is only about 4 inches. The second pro I can think of is the fact that it comes with both a foam cover and a dead cat. My biases when it comes to tech and gear is pretty clear. I like flexible tech. And the fact that I get a foam cover and a dead cat, it's pretty dope because it really depends on the situation you're in on which cover you will use. Third pro I can think of is the fact that it has 2 cords. Although it's supposed to be meant for smartphones, it does come with a cord that could directly attach itself to the camera, which is really nice because sometimes I do put the mic directly to the camera. It depends really on the situation, so flexible yung product na to. And the last thing is, honestly, I think it sounds pretty good. For the price point and for the brand, which by the way I have no idea about, the sound is pretty dope. If you don't have a camera and you've been recording with the microphone on the camera, it's already a significant improvement. But if you do have a camera and ever since you've been recording with a phone, it's still pretty significant. The only con I could think of, and this is just because it's a me problem, I think the cord it comes with, especially for the camera one, is pretty short. Especially with times like these where the camera is pretty far. Fun fact, the camera is more than an arm's length, actually 2 arms length away from me. It's going to be pretty hard if I want to attach the mic directly to the camera. So I was kind of hoping that this would be long. For me, I think that is a con because the general idea is for you to put the mic as close to your mouth as possible. If I put it on top of the camera when it's this far, the sound isn't really gonna be that great. Which is actually a really good segue because the next part of this video is going to be all the tests that I will be doing. So yeah, I'll let that Marco settle the explanation. Okay, so I have 5 tests ready, all of which will be read with the same lines, and I will do it succeedingly or basta magkakatuloy-tuloy yan para makita nyo yung comparison between each type of test. Okay, let's start. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. Okay, that pretty much ends that testing. Next part is going to be pretty much about my thoughts on getting a microphone. So yeah, let's go to that part of the video. I'm not this short, by the way. I'm crouching down a bit. I mean, this is my actual height. So, my general thoughts about the microphone. I think it's a pretty good investment. It's pretty worthwhile. You get the bang out of every buck you spend on it. But my recommendation is based on what your current setup looks like. If the phone is your main filming equipment right now, then I do say, yeah, consider getting a microphone. But if you have a camera already and you have a cell phone as well, I don't necessarily recommend it just yet. I do urge you to try out using your voice recorder app in your cell phone just to get the feel of what it would look like if you have a microphone. Hey guys, Editor Marco here. May gusto lang sana kayo singit to save you guys a couple of thousand pesos on a mic. So if you have a camera already, then my cell phone ka rin. Usually my voice recorder apps na ang cell phones, and most likely okay naman na yung cell phone mic mo. So what you can do is, if you have a camera set up like this, your phone, you can just start recording on it. I'll start using the audio on my cell phone at this point. Then you can just hide it somewhere that is closer to your mouth. Now this is going to be a comparison between recording on my phone, which is on the desk right now, as compared to the onboard camera microphone. I think it sounds better significantly. So yeah, that's just a small tiny tip that I wanted to clarify. Let's get back to it. Okay, so I think a pretty value-adding portion of this video is to give you guys some tips on how to, improve your audio game if you have a mic or if you don't have a mic. These are just pretty general rules of thumbs. These are pretty general tips that I think would help you improve your audio game. And I think they certainly help with mine, because apparently I have pretty good audio, so hopefully these tips work. Okay, for the first tip I have for improving your audio game, and that is to mount it somewhere that isn't really moving a lot. You might not think about it a lot, but every single movement you do actually is picked up by the mic. Case in point, if I jiggle it, hopefully it's making a sound to make me prove a point. Even this makes a sound. So try not to move it around a bunch. Second tip is to move it as close to your mouth as possible. If you don't really mind it being seen on camera, then try to put it here. But if you don't like a mic being seen in your shot, what you can do is, for example, it's right here. If you zoom in for a bit, it's no longer seen. So you just have to frame around the microphone. Number 3 is to reduce every other noise there is. Not really the best tip, because you guys can probably hear cars and tricycles around. But sometimes, and most of the time, I record at night so that the noise outside my room is super low. Okay, so my last tip is more of the post-production side of it. If you are syncing your audio to the camera, or you are trying to bump up the audio of your videos, the general rule of thumb for it is you have to keep your audio levels between -6 decibels and -12 decibels. Apparently, that's like the sweet spot, and that gives you the most leeway just in case someone screams and goes beyond 0 decibels. Because according to the sources that I've been reading and I've been watching, and based on my experience as well, going beyond 0 decibels makes you hear a bit of distortion, a bit of weird funkiness, and it just doesn't really sound good. So try to keep it at that range. Those are the pretty practical tips I can think of, and pretty general ones that aren't really technical. If you do have more questions, you can always comment it down below, because I try to answer everything anyway. I think I'm still a beginner when it comes to audio, but I think teaching fellow beginners is like the best way to go, so we all learn from experience. That pretty much ends this video. Hopefully you guys found this helpful and or insightful. If you do have questions, again, feel free to comment it down below. If you do have any comments, comment it down below. Let me just plug a couple things. Instagram here. I'm gonna change it up. Facebook down here. Those are the best ways to contact me, and sometimes I post really funny stuff, I think, and pretty informative stuff. Thank you so much again for watching. If you like this, consider subscribing right here, and then next video's up there and down there. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Peace.